This is Bart being a terrible influence on his classmates.
Down with homework?
He got a day in detention for that. And this is what happened when Bart stuck nicotine patches to every boy in the class.
Nick, oh!
He earned himself 14 days in supermax detention for that. Bart Simpson is clearly every teacher's worst nightmare, so today, we're skateboarding through all 36 seasons of The Simpsons to find out how many days this problem child spent in detention. By the end, I'll show you how Bart went from class clown to delinquent douchebag to evil enough to be considered an exchange student from hell. Starting with some not-so-harmless pranks he pulled in the episode, the departed. Marge never gets the kids to school on time, and yeah, it's always Bart's fault.
The system works. It's not funny. You're wearing cleats. Stop it.
He waltzes into class declaring that nobody cool was harmed in that crash, only to discover that a new kid named Donnie has replaced him as the class clown everyone loves. After being forced to sit at a toilet taped to a desk and getting a face full of garbage at recess, Bart tries to win back his popularity by pulling this diabolical prank on Skinner at the next assembly. He regains the respect of his peers, and Donnie gets invited to join his inner circle after taking the blame for the hilariously sick prank. However, the episode reveals Donnie is in fact a snitch hired by Skinner and Chambers to get Bart.
Finally have a man on the inside. We're gonna put Bart Simpson away for a long, long time.
By law, the most we can give him is a 10-day suspension.
Well, that's long to a kid.
The next day, the troublemaker steals the key to the faculty lounge and tries to put crickets in all the teachers' coffee, but thanks to Donnie, Skinner is 5 steps ahead of him. In the end, Donnie changed sides, so Bart was never suspended, and Skinner and Chambers wound up in a giant Mentos explosion. But the only person I felt bad for in that episode was Milhouse. Poor kid got imprisoned in a locker Cletus mistook for an outhouse.
Oh my gosh, it's an outhouse sent from the future.
Hey, I'm in here.
Be quiet, Robo Potty.
Okay.
Having the earliest bedtime in the entire school is already embarrassing enough for Principal Skinner, but the humiliation he suffers from Bart Simpson's relentless pranks is 1,000 times worse. Buttzilla is the one prank he'll never stop having nightmares about. Bart wasn't going to get away with that without some kind of punishment.
Starting tomorrow, you will assist me with my amateur astronomy. 4:30 in the morning.
There's a 4:30 in the morning now?
Top of the hour, time for the morning news. But of course, there is no news yet. Everyone's still asleep in their comfy bed. Good night, everybody.
Oh.
Pretty harsh, but he got an even worse punishment for the prank he pulled in the episode 22 for 30. That one tells the story of Bart Simpson's rise and fall to basketball stardom. It all started with yet another cruel prank Bart pulled on Skinner. An anonymous memo was sent out telling everyone in school to wear white for Polar Bear Remembrance Day. But the principal got a different memo, one telling him to wear bright florals for King Kamehameha's birthday. And you'd really think after 28 seasons of brutal humiliation, Skinner would have learned not to be so gullible by now.
Now don't worry, all the bees want are flour.
Willie, kill the bees!
Not till I hear their side of it.
Bart received the longest detention in history. Bored, he began to shoot baskets. A talent that would irrevocably make his life better, then worse, then better, then the same. A
troubled young man who was good at basketball.
All that paper tossing led to Bart becoming a basketball star, so Skinner had no option but to reduce his detention. You can see the time on the clock change 7 times in that clip, so it looks like he only ended up spending a week in detention instead of years. Fortunately, Skinner didn't reinstate the punishment once Bart's basketball career flopped. He played 1 game against a tall kid and everyone realized he wasn't so great after all. Anyway, now we're going to talk about arguably the cruelest prank Bart has ever pulled on the teacher, and it happened in the episode Bart the Lover. Mrs. Krabappel's feeling lonely and decides to put up an ad in the magazine to find love. The next day, a yo-yo craze sweeps through Springfield Elementary, and she's sick to death of seeing and hearing about stupid yo-yos, especially when that yo-yo is attached to Bart Simpson's mischievous little finger.
Hey, Bart, got any new tricks for us today? Just one. A little something I call plucking the pickle. I didn't do it.
Don't worry about your wee fish, lass. They're going to a better place.
Bart, that's 1 month's detention.
Edna confiscates Bart's yo-yo, and when he gets it back, he discovers the ad she put in that magazine. This kid never passes up an opportunity to pull a prank, so he tricks Mrs. Krabappel into believing a guy named Woodrow is in love with her. As with most of Bart's pranks, this one goes way too far, leaving his teacher in tears and landing him with this deeply concerning photo.
Dear Woodrow, I must admit I'm intrigued. You're not like the other men I've met, but I've had some bad experiences with these ads, so I'd like to learn more about you. Please write back soon. Here's a photo that'll get your pencil moving.
You've got a date with the Xerox machine.
Honestly, I was expecting him to get really scared, not immediately run to the photocopier. If there's one character in The Simpsons who gets treated like dirt more than Skinner does, it's Grandpa Simpson.
I want bananas on my waffles. I rest my case.
I'm not dropping this.
Wait a minute. I'm still in the car. Oh, right.
The seasons went by, but the family never stopped treating poor old Abe like garbage. And the episode Bart's Brain is among the latest episodes of this ongoing elder abuse.
We've got wonderful news.
It's a gift we've been hoping to give you for years.
A better room opened up. You're finally off the wait list. Hot diggity! Not diggity! How's it better? This room is tiny. Better for us. It's cheaper. Wouldn't you rather we spend that money on your grandkids' education?
Much cheaper.
The small room means Abe is forced to get rid of his belongings. Bart gets his old war stuff and promptly sells it in exchange for a jar containing a real human brain. Now the prank king can become a prank god and gross out as many people as possible. This might be Bart's most successful prank yet. Homer nearly died, and even Sideshow Bob, a literal psychopath, was scared. The next day, an inspector is visiting Springfield Elementary, and I know Skinner really regrets not locking Bart in a broom closet until the inspection was over.
Vibrant Indian curry.
And best of all, rain under glass.
So many students end up vomiting that professional vomit cleaners have to be called in to clean up the frackin' mess. Once Skinner and Chambers change out of their puke-soaked suits and into clothes from Lost and Found, Bart and his brain get called into the office. He's scolded for traumatizing everyone, causing a drop in test scores and rendering the cafeteria uninhabitable for weeks. Bart says he regrets nothing, but boy, is his world about to come crashing down when he finds out he's banned from the school trip to the most fun-filled place on planet Earth.
You will be confined to the detention trailer
4 weeks detention, and you're not going on the trip to Colonial Shelbyville.
while other students delight in learning how bricks were once made.
Oh no, I don't get to spend 12 hours learning how bricks are made. Hashtag worst punish. You probably think you've seen the worst of Bart Simpson by now, but trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet. Bart's about to go from some brat who takes pranks way too far to a full-on diabolical delinquent who skips school, carries deadly weapons, and even ends up in juvie. Bart can be quite the selfish little boy, putting his own feelings over doing what's right, and the episode The Boy Who Knew Too Much is just one of the many examples of that. It's a beautiful sunny day in Springfield, but Bart's stuck in boring old school. Not one to miss out on all the summer fun, he forges a note claiming he has a dentist appointment and takes the day off. Skinner isn't convinced, impressed by the note and chases Bart across Springfield, determined to catch him and throw him in detention.
Let's see him track me now. Oh my God, he is like some sort of non-giving up school guy.
Bart gets cornered at a rock, but escapes by jumping into a passing car. He soon finds himself at a birthday party for Mayor Quimby's nephew and heads to the kitchen to eat the giant Rice Krispie square. Freddie Quimby and a French waiter suddenly burst in, arguing over what the correct pronunciation of chowder is. Bart watches the commotion from under the table, and moments later, the waiter guy is on the floor unconscious.
Oh my God. Someone's taken a bite out of the big Rice Krispie square. Oh yeah, and the waiter's been brutally beaten.
The waiter actually just slipped, but Quimby's nephew is wrongly accused of assault and put on trial. Bart's the only witness who can stop this terrible yet innocent man from going to jail, but if he comes forward, Skinner will know he skipped school. Bart attends the trial, and Skinner and Homer are on the jury. For some reason, he has psychic abilities today.
I know you can read my thoughts, Bart. Just a little reminder. If I find out you cut class, your ass is mine. Yes, you heard me. I think words I would never say.
I know you can read my thoughts, boy. Meow, 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 meow.
It looks like Quimby's going to be found guilty, but the trial gets sent to deadlock after one juror votes innocent just so they can get a free hotel stay. I wonder who would do that.
How many S's in innocent? I'm only doing what I think is right. I believe Freddie Quimby should walk out of here a free hotel. Oh, I missed you too much. But the law needs me. I'll be home as soon as I can. Room service?
The guilt eventually becomes too much to bear, so Bart comes forward. Quimby's found innocent and given his freedom back. As for Bart, he's not getting his freedom for a long, long time.
You testified for the Quimby boy even though it was putting your own head in a noose. On the other hand, you skipped school.
I guess the two things cancel each other out, huh?
I'm a small man in some ways, Bart. A small, petty man. 3 months detention.
Oh.
Wait a minute, Bart. Make that 4 months detention.
Sheesh, 4 months of detention for skipping a day of school? I feel like Bart would have got off with a week if Skinner hadn't shared that hotel room with Homer.
We're kind of like the original Odd Couple. You're the messy one, and I'm...
Shut up!
Oh, yes, very well.
Hotels expect you to take a few things. It's a souvenir.
Is that my necktie you're wearing?
Souvenir.
Nothing can control Bart Simpson. Not strangling, not Marge refusing to cut the crusts of his sandwiches, not even getting spanked by Otto helps curb his rebellious behavior.
This is for every bus driver, lunch lady, gym coach, hall monitor.
Otto, are you meting out corporal punishment?
Can't talk now, I'm spanking a child.
School detention obviously doesn't teach this kid jack, but maybe getting sentenced to state detention will scare him straight. In The Wandering Juvie, Bart is gearing up to pull his most illegal prank ever and sweeps around a high-end shopping mall, scanning items to put on the wedding registry. The plan is to invite as many people as possible to his fake wedding here and leave with bags of expensive gifts to exchange for store credit. Springfield is filled with suckers, so pretty soon dozens of people are turning up with lavish gifts for the happy couple, Bart Simpson and a lot of cooties. But forget having a slice of wedding cake, these guests ain't even getting a slice of oxygen.
Oh my God, we're sealed in. Get your own. Hey, nobody breathe my air.
What, you selfish little maggot! I'll suck your lungs dry!
Get off.
Well, at least they got to see a kiss. All the guests pass out, and the little menace responsible begins to skateboard home, thinking he's got away with everything. Well, not this time, kiddo.
You're under arrest. You thought you'd pull a fake wedding, eh?
Would some flatware make things right?
What does it say on my badge? Cash bribes only.
Come on, Chief, it was just a prank.
Let's go.
In court, the judge scolds Bart for having a criminal record so long that they've had to build an entire facility to store it before sentencing him to 6 months in a juvenile detention center.
Juvie? Please, Judge. I'll do anything. You can't. I'll squeal on my dad. Crap you've never even thought of. He's been up to bad things.
We've already got an informer, one he'll never suspect, working deep cover on your dad.
Is it Lenny?
damn it.
Is there something in Springfield's water supply? Like, how can a town be filled with so many idiots? Anyway, Bart gets pried from Marge's loving arms and thrown into the slammer, where he's forced to watch a non-violent version of the Itchy and Scratchy show and gets relentlessly bullied by boys and girls alike.
I'm Gina. You touch my fence again, and your puberty's gonna be very boring.
God, I hate this place. It's nothing like the brochure.
I guess time flies when you're not having fun, because now there are just 2 weeks left of Bart's 6-month sentence, and he chooses now of all times to escape. Talk about being impatient.
The scene of a daring escape by inmates Bart Simpson and Gina Vendetti.
Why would Bart escape if he's gonna be released in 2 weeks?
You just don't understand, boys. He's stupid.
While on the run, the fugitives end up developing feelings for each other. A blacksmith unhandcuffs the pair, and they jump for joy, knowing they're finally free.
Bart, I'm gonna miss you so much.
Hey, I could come live with your family. The next time my mom asks me to help around the house.
Don't get fresh with me, jerk.
Well, at least he learned that cooties don't exist. Bart finds Gina crying over not having a family and tries to console her, but she attacks him out of jealousy. They fight it out, but all the commotion alerts Chief Wickham to their whereabouts, and now they're both toast.
Well, well, well. Plenty evidence on him, boys. If it isn't Punch and Juvie.
Chief, these ones are actually guilty. We don't have to.
Super. Makes our job that much easier.
Escaping prison is a serious offense, and Bart's in danger of being thrown back in juvie with even more time added to his sentence. However, Gina takes all the blame for the escape, so he gets freed without having to serve the end of his sentence. Chief Wickham was also too lazy to make room in the back of his cop car. Bart spent 168 long, miserable days in juvenile detention. But this troublemaker never changed his ways. At least Skinner and Crabapple got a well-needed break from him, though. Every year, Homer and Marge argue over who has to attend Bart's parent-teacher conference and be shamed for 20 solid minutes. In the episode of the Itchy and Scratchy movie, it's Marge's turn to be humiliated, and this year it's especially brutal. The meeting starts with Mrs. Crabapple showing various instruments of torture she's confiscated from Bart over the last semester.
Bart has been guilty of the following atrocities: synthesizing a laxative from peas and carrot, replacing my birth control pills with Tic Tacs.
Maybe she let the Tic Tac thing slide, but there's no way Bart wasn't getting punished for bringing a literal knife to school, even if we didn't see him get detention on screen. Surely he got, I don't know, at least 4 months in detention? Let's add that to our counter. Marge isn't convinced her son is really that bad, so Mrs. Crabapple brings in a victim of one of Bart's most heinous crimes.
Come in, Arthur. Now, where did Bart stick the fireworks?
Like the knife, sticking fireworks up another student's butt is a serious offense, so Bart definitely got another at least 120 days in prison. The meeting is coming to an end, and not a single positive thing has been said about Bart this entire time. In Mrs. Crabapple's eyes, Marge is a terrible parent, and her son's behavior is a reflection of that. So maybe teaching her a lesson might rub off on Bart.
I really don't see how this helps Bart.
Just do it.
Busted!
Homer, we have a problem here.
Are you kidding? Lisa turned out perfect. I won't stand here and listen to you bad-mouthing Lisa.
We're talking about Bart.
Oh, that guy.
Mrs. Crabapple sends Homer and Marge away with strict instructions to start disciplining Bart so he can become Chief Justice of the Supreme Court one day, not some sleazy male stripper or just, dead. Or in jail. The next day, Homer attempts to punish his son for making a mess in the living room. Luckily for Bart, his dad has the attention span of a 2-year-old. Or a brain-rotted 20-year-old.
I said I'm gonna punish you, and come hell or high water, Wait a minute. Ice cream truck! Me, I was hurt! Now, what were we talking about, boy?
It's clear Bart has severe behavioral problems at this point, and we haven't even seen the worst of them. This is the part where we watch him go from a delinquent to a full-blown demon child from the depths of hell. And yeah, you should all be very worried for Principal Skinner in this next episode. Okay, so Bart's displayed a series of disturbing and downright psychopathic behaviors throughout the show, and almost all of them are directed towards his mortal enemy, Skinner. Like, dude literally has daydreams about brutally murdering this guy for merely existing as his principal.
Bart will do anything you want. Just call off your giant mechanical lance.
If that wasn't already enough evidence that Bart is a total psycho, in the episode Please Homer, Don't Hammer Him, he basically tortures and tries to kill him just outright. It all started with Peanuts getting banned from the school premise due to an anonymous student discovering they have a life-threatening allergy. Bart finds out that the anonymous student is none other than Principal Skinner, and he'll use this weakness to torment him as much as possible. Despite being aware that a single molecule of the nut could kill him, he waves a peanut on a yardstick in Skinner's face and cruelly forces him into doing a bunch of humiliating activities.
I'm a cootie eater. I like the cooties so much. I've been one all my life. I have a cootie wife.
And that was just the warm-up. The real fun doesn't start until the next morning.
Good morning. I brought you breakfast in bed.
Ugh.
Eat it.
Being forced to breastfeed an action figure is the last straw, so Skinner searches through medical records at the hospital and finds Bart's weakness, a severe allergy to shrimp. The next day, he launches a counterattack, and the two of them battle it out across town, eventually plunging into a large vat of peanut and shrimp at a Thai food factory.
Either of us falls in, we're doomed.
Kids, don't die!
No!
I was El Barto.
Both Bart and Skinner survive, but end up in the hospital in pretty bad shape. We didn't see Bart get detention in the episode, but there's no way Skinner let him off the hook after literally trying to kill him with a peanut. Not to mention making him eat literal, frackin' garbage. The harshest punishment Skinner ever gives out is 600 days in detention, so we'll add that to our counter. But seriously, Bart committed literal crimes against his principal in that episode. He doesn't even deserve detention, he deserves like 25 years in jail. Despite inheriting 50% of her DNA from a total dumbass, Lisa Simpson is remarkably gifted at music, math, and literature. Everyone always assumed this 8-year-old had a bright future ahead of her, but that's not the case, at least according to that career aptitude test she takes in the episode's Separate Vocations.
Homemaker?
Mm-hmm. It's like a mommy.
Police officer? Well, I'll be jiggered.
Lisa's biggest dream in life is to become a famous sax musician who doesn't do drugs but still dies young, so the test result obviously leaves her heartbroken. The next day, she asks a music teacher for advice but gets told her fingers are too stubby to ever be a professional. Her hopes and dreams have been totally crushed, but at least Bart's having fun going on this ride along with the police.
It's about time.
So, you guys like being cops?
Oh, it's great. You get to run red lights, park wherever you please, hot and cold running chicks. And when you go home at night, you know you've made a difference. Hey, Bart, you see that caddy over there?
Uh-huh.
That's Mayor Quimby's car. Tonight, his honor is polling the electorate.
How would you like a street named after you?
After helping catch Snake, he decides he wants to be a cop when he grows up. Lisa, on the other hand, feels like she's destined to become a homemaker. If that's her fate, she sees no point in being a good student anymore and becomes a rebellious delinquent. Bart does a full 182 by becoming a hall monitor and restoring order in Springfield Elementary.
Whoa! Not in my hall, bub. I think you've had enough, sister. Come on, let's keep it moving.
Pink belly, pink belly, pink belly.
All right, break it up, boys. That belly ain't gonna get any pinker. Okay. Wedgie!
Lisa is one delinquent who can't be tamed, though. She takes up smoking, graffitis her desk, and even insults Miss Hoover for only earning $18,000 for a salary. That sick burn lands her in detention, and as revenge, she steals every staff member's teacher's edition school book so she can expose them as the uneducated idiots they really are.
The unthinkable has happened. Some sick, twisted individual has stolen every teacher's edition in this school.
What do we do?
Declare a snow day!
Does anyone know the multiplication table?
Please, don't panic. They can smell fear.
Children, I know this is highly irregular, but for the rest of the day, Martin will be teaching this class.
I will? But I wouldn't know where to begin.
Just do it, Brainiac.
Bart and Skinner start searching lockers to find the vile culprit. To the hall monitor's horror, the stash of stolen books is inside his nerdy sister's locker. When confronted, Lisa cries, knowing she'll be expelled with her reputation ruined. Knowing his sister has a bright future ahead and that an underachiever like him will probably need to borrow money from her someday, Bart nobly steps forward and takes all the blame for the unspeakable crime.
I've been so blind. In retrospect, the signs all pointed to a rogue hall monitor.
Sorry if I betrayed your trust, Principal Sucker.
Now, Bart, in light of your recent service to the school, I've decided to be lenient. 400 days detention.
Yeah, 400 days. I can do that standing on my head.
All right, 500 days.
Woohoo, big man.
600 days.
Maybe I'll just shut my big mouth.
Even a literal prison sentence for theft wouldn't be as long as that detention. Bart writing on the chalkboard is one of the most legendary gags in The Simpsons, and arguably animation itself, really. It's become so iconic that dozens of other shows have replicated it, like South Park, Family Guy, even Disney.
We have the coordinates of his location, and you are the closest agent. Get to it.
Keep writing, sir.
I can't possibly show you every single gag, but after going through all of them, the funniest, most diabolically creative ones, at least in my opinion, are organ transplants are best left to the professionals, my butt does not deserve a website, SpongeBob is not a contraceptive, Jesus' last words were not TGIF, I do not have the hots for my mom, I will not tweet as the principal's toilet, and this last one's just too good not to play. There are 790 total episodes of The Simpsons, but more than 420 episodes don't have the gag, which is unacceptable if you ask me. Anyway, that means this 10-year-old troublemaker has stood in detention writing lines for at least 370 days. Ay caramba, his hand must really ache. So how many days has Bart spent in detention as a whole? The total adds up to a staggering 2,182 days, which is more than 5 years. We've established that he's the worst student of all time, but there's plenty of other evil characters on this channel to make even Bart Simpson seem like a straight-A angel. Click the screen and hear all about it. Thanks for watching.